What's up, you guys? Slim here at Team Symmetry, here to bring you guys Joseph Maddalena's top 32 Monster Mash deck profile from YCS Providence. This deck really caught my eye when the list was released because it was kind of unlike any deck I have seen in any of the YCS tops in a while. I'm very familiar with Monster Mash. There's been millions of variants that you can run. A lot of them specialize around Gallus and Birdman, and some decks include Quackimero Doom in order to do the Gallus, Birdman, OTK. Um, but this deck caught my eye too because there are a lot of cards in here I've never even seen before. Cards like Ray Sorcerer and cards like Ghost Ship. But I'm just going to get into the deck real quick and then give my opinion on it. It was really cool to see a unique deck top because honestly, we know windups are going to top. We know Chaos Dragons are going to top. We know decks like Gias, decks like Gravekeepers, all the decks that have a chance of top probably will, depending on who pilots them. So it was refreshing to see a new deck. So anyways, I'm going to get into the deck real quick. It's basically all monsters. We'll start with BLS and Chaos Sorcerer, your boss Chaos monsters. One Cyber Dragon. This is really good in the main deck because it's totally going to throw Gia off since a lot of decks don't main Cyber Dragon. Three Cyber Eltanins. Now, a lot of people don't remember this card. I remember this card. It first came out as a jump promo. People who don't know, this card, you can special summon it. You remove all face-up light machine monsters from your side of the field and from your graveyard. And this card's attack and defense become equal to the number of monsters removed for its special summon times 500. And when this card is special summon, send all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. That keyword send makes a big difference. It means that you can get around Zen mains, get around XYZs, because you're sending them. You're not destroying them. So that's really cool. It's basically an OTK with this card. Back into the rest of the machines, we have 3 Cyber Valley for stall and draw power. 3 Gallus, which is a great card because you just mill a card off the top of your deck and your opponent will take damage times 200 its level. And then you get to special. This is a really easy way to make rank 3 XYZs since it's basically a free summon. So this card's really good. Along with 3 Birdman. Birdman adds a lot of versatility and it's also a tuner. You're able to bounce cards back to summon Bubble Man so you can reuse them. Cards like BLS and Chaos Sorcerer, if you're afraid of your opponent trying to reborn them if they destroy them or whatever, you can always bounce them back with Birdman, so that's really cool. 3 Genex Neutron. I haven't seen this card in a while, but this card's really good. It adds a machine type tuner from the deck to your hand, so you're able to add Birdman, and I think that's it. I think Birdman is the only machine tuner, but basically it's a way of searching out Birdman. Plus it's light, it's a machine, it's 1800, so it's got pretty good stats considering. This was the card that caught my eye. 3 Ghost Ship. I've never seen this card before. This is actually my first time looking at it. So basically you special summon it from your hand by banishing a light monster from your graveyard, and it's a level 5 1900. Now a lot of people may wonder what's the point of that. It helps you make rank 5 XYZs if that's your goal. He does run the rank 5, so this is really cool. Plus it's a light target. And it's a special summon too. So you can basically special summon a bunch of monsters in this deck in order to OTK. So a really cool card. I like it. 1 Gores, 1 Honest for all the light monsters. 2 Light Ray Sorcerer. This card's cool. I didn't even know what it does, but it can be special summoned from your hand with 3 or more light monsters, or banished and cannot be special summoned any other way once per turn. Target one of your banished light monsters and 1 face-up monster on the field. Shuffle the first target into the deck. If you do banish the second target, this card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. So basically it has a kind of a more complicated Chaos Sorcerer effect, but it does get you back a card, so that's pretty cool. I haven't seen it before, like I said, so that's pretty interesting. You can make rank 6s with it as well. On to the Machina engine. It's 1 Machina Force over Cannon. I'm assuming this is just so he can just pitch this to get Fortress, and there's 3 Fortress, 3 Gear Frame. Pretty standard for the Machina engine. 2 Tragodia. Like I said, Tragodia is amazing, especially in this deck. Your hands will always be big since they're all monsters for the most part, so this card just puts in a lot of work. And with all the different levels you have in the deck, it really adds a lot of versatility that you can do of stealing your opponent's monsters and making different monsters, so it's really cool. And 2 Witch of the Black Rose. This card's really cool. It's a free +1. When you summon it, when you control no monsters, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a monster, you add it to your hand, so that's really cool. But it's a level 4 tuner. People always forget that, so that adds a lot of synchro possibilities. And then he runs only 4 spells: the Staple, Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn, and he uses Mind Control because he has a lot of tuners and can XYZ with the monsters he takes. Very interesting main deck indeed. Onto the side deck. 1 DD Crow and 2 Gemini Imps for Dark World, and the DD Crow, I guess, is for decks like Chaos Dragons, decks like Heroes, decks that just like you can nick a card from the graveyard. It helps a lot. 2 Jinzo. I like the 2 Jinzo. It's another machine, and you're out to traps, so that's really cool. Since he doesn't run MSTs or whatever aside from the Heavy Storm, back row could be a problem, so siding in Jinzo is always good. 3 Max C for the wide depths and decks to special summon a lot. 3 Raikou to get rid of problem cards like back row or monsters you just can't get over, so that's pretty cool. Helps him mill his monsters into the grave too for El Tannen. 1 Closed Forest. This caught my eye. I was thinking, what would he use this against? I'm assuming this was for Dark World and for Gravekeepers, because Gravekeepers could wreck this deck if they go Necro Valley Royal Tribute. That just smacks basically this whole deck in the face, so that was an interesting card. And 3 Royal Decree for all the traps. Onto his extra deck, the 1 Chimera Tech to match the Cyber Dragon. For his 7s, we got Ancient Fairy Dragon and Black Rose. For the 1/6, we have Gaia, Knight, the Force of Earth. For the ace, we have a Stardust and a Scrap Dragon, and for the 9, we have a Mistworm. Onto the XYZs, we have a rank 5 Adrius, Leviair, Maestroke, Big Eye, which is absolutely amazing in this deck since you have Fortress, and sometimes you could even use Gores, so that's pretty cool. And, yeah, this card just is busted. It's like a better Goyo Guardian. 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Tiras, 1 Zenmoa, and 1 Zenmaines. Now, my opinion on this deck is that it's really interesting. I think that a deck like this definitely deserves some credit because the ability to go into a YCS and run such, I want to say, a rogue deck and do so well proves that the meta, as crazy as it may be at times, there is, like, a small chance that decks that a lot of people wouldn't otherwise run have the potential to do well depending on how they're piloted and how they're built. So I feel that this deck really does emphasize that and really does show this. This is a monster mash based on machines, a machine monster mash deck unlike other variants. I think the machine engine is the best way to go though because being able to drop monsters like Fortress is amazing. Ghost Ship is really cool, I think. I think the ability to drop this is really cool. If you could drop 2 of these and make an instant rank 5, that's pretty damn cool. And Cyber El-Tannen being this amazing like card that no one even really knows about really probably threw off his opponents. I think that's why he did so well. Do I suggest people try out this deck? Definitely. This looks like a really fun deck. This is something I would even try out since I have it built here on DN. I think I might actually try it out myself. I really like the aspect of a lot of monsters, and I think that that's why it did so well. I'm noticing from running Chaos Dragons and like playing against agents a lot of decks is that big monster decks do well because they make MSTs and heavy dead, and they just drop big monsters. They bait back row, and they drop big monsters to punish and finish the opponent off. And that's why I think this deck did so well, is that the opponent had to read probably some of these cards, like this card. He probably had to read the Ghost Ship, probably had to read El-Tannen and all these other cards, because those are cards that people just don't run. And I think it was that reason why this player was so successful. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. You know, comment below. Do you like this deck? Do you think this deck is unique? Do you think that it was a fluke? Do you think he got lucky? I don't think he got lucky. I think he played a really interesting deck that people were just not prepared for, and that it took the meta by surprise. The only thing I wish I would have seen in here is some Effect Veilers, but I guess with all the monsters here, they really could just deal with anything, so I feel that that's the reason Effect Veiler's not in here. But I personally would like to see Effect Veiler. But anyways, comment below what you guys think. You know, thumbs up this video. Gonna have the rest of the top 32 coming in the next couple of days. We're still waiting on the Zombie Monarchs and the Gladiator Beast, but as soon as they are released, I will definitely be profiling them for you. So that's all I gotta say, guys. You know, thumbs up the video, comment below with your thoughts on the deck, and just continue to tune into my channel for the rest of the deck profiles, and hopefully we'll get our answers to the decks that have not yet been revealed. So that's all I gotta say, you guys. Thank you for watching.